And here comes your first serving of the newspapers with Rowena Davis and Ben Fogle. Very nice to see you both. Rowena, this European spat which we were talking about 5 minutes ago, and President Sarkozy, he's not a happy bunny. I mean, even though he's just had this baby, even though the Prime Minister's bought him a little pink blanket for the baby, it has cut no ice with him.
No, I mean, he's been absolutely, visceral in the papers this morning. He's literally turned around and told David Cameron to shut up talking about the euro when he's not actually in the European currency. And meanwhile, David Cameron's being hammered from Sarkozy, and he's also being hammered in the press by all of his MPs who are really angry with him for not letting them vote the way they want on whether we should renegotiate our position in Europe. And I think it's a real test of David Cameron's leadership at the moment, and it is being seriously questioned, and we'll have to see how he comes out of it. But it seems to me that the public aren't going to be particularly happy with their Prime Minister being so distracted by infighting at a time when there's so many serious issues to be debated.
Well, it is the thing. I mean, the whole question of Europe, it is there like the spectre at the feast, isn't it, all the time for the Conservatives? It just won't go away. Exactly.
They're completely haunted by it. And we know that it's brought down leaders in the past, and David Cameron is very, very aware of that.
Well, with the exception, of course, this time that how could it possibly be popular to be part of Europe or the Eurozone with things going on? You're nodding there, Ben.
Well, no, again, I think it's a fascinating story, and it'll be fascinating to see what's played out later today as well when we decide on whether there's going to be a referendum or not. But I do love this thought that Sarkozy's just fed up. I was reading, obviously a big story in all the papers, that he keeps reading that Cameron's giving advice on the euro, and he just tells him to shut up because he... You know,
whereas we're all fed up that we still can't get a cheap European holiday. I mean, they're all down the tubes, and the euro's really strong against the pound. What's that all about? Anyway, let's go on to the half-term. Half-term's here, and along comes the bad weather, apparently.
And I keep catching an image of the rain and the wind on the board over there. We've had fantastic weather. In fact, there was another story in a paper that we're drier than Morocco right now, but of course half-term's here, and that is all going to change. And in fact, that's the theme of this new advert that I've been doing for Typhoo, about how tough it is for mothers. So I go off and do all these big adventures, but actually being stuck at home with the kids is the hardest job of all. And of course, all these parents are going to be stuck for the next week with their children indoors,
like go off and do your
hitting
adventures.
At windows. And actually, funny enough, I am actually off to Australia on more adventures later today. So I will be leaving my wife, sadly, with two young kids inside. Yeah, housebound because of the rain and the winds that we're expected over the next few days. But it is a big thing for parents, you know, when you can't go outside, winter's approaching, what can you do with
Very good. Well, safe journey for you to Australia. We will take a break there, and on the other side we'll be talking about Shakespeare, X-rated Shakespeare here we're talking about, and how university dropouts have ended up well on top of the world, actually.